Definition of democracy. Democracy. Power of the people by the people for the people. It is a representative form of government. This means the population chooses someone to represent them in political and administrative decisions of a place, of a region.
Capitalism. For us, the capitalism is a mean of production that is based in private property and free commerce between private and public companies. In the Communist Manifesto written by Karl Marx, it said that there are two important social classes in this mean of production. The bourgeoisie, that is the one that owns the companies, and the proletariat, that is the worker. In this form of government, the government is related with economy and free commerce.
Three facts of historical process significant for the development of democracy and capitalism in Mexico. One of the most important steps of Mexico towards democracy was the independence from 1810 to 1821. The first ruler after the Mexican independence was Agustin de Iturbide, who became the leader of the first Mexican empire. After the empire fell, the first liberal constitution was proclaimed. It became to be known as the 1824 Constitution. The Constitution of 1824 established a federal republic in Mexico. The president shared power with a bicameral Congress and with the federal judiciary. After almost 10 years of this type of government, the conservatives assumed power again and replaced the 1824 Constitution with that draft known as City Leyes in 1833.
The City Leyes Charter. The City Leyes draft in 1833 re-established a militarized central government with General Antonio López de Santa Anna. He was in charge. The strongest power in this government was the executive branch. It also established qualifications for voting and provinces under absolute control. Furthermore, it created the supreme conservative power, which was based on the Directory in France. It consisted of 5 people elected every 2 years that advised and solved problems in the name of the president. This government lasted for more than 20 years when in 1857 a new liberal constitution was proclaimed with Benito Juárez García.
After 20 years of conservatism in charge of the country, liberals wanted urgently a change. This change came with Benito Juárez and the Leyes de Reforma. These laws inspired a constitution in 1857. This constitution re-established federalism and established again a federal republic. The constitution allowed emergency power, re-election, and juicio de amparo. It also kept the provinces, but now they could rule themselves. As a difference in the Seven Leyes Charter, where the provinces were under absolute control of the government. Now the provinces could manage themselves and their administrative business and affairs. The problem, however, was that this constitution lacked institutions and methods to control the provinces. This meant that if there was a revolt in a certain province, the federal government couldn't interfere with this revolt because they didn't have the power for that. This was one of the main causes that caused this liberal constitution to fail. Another thing that also was a problem was the elimination of fueros. This angered the church and the military powers. All of these problems created a thing called Guerra de Reforma. It was a period of civil war in Mexico between conservatives and liberalists. It lasted from 1858 to 1861. It finished with the Second French Intervention, when a group of conservatives brought Maximilian of Habsburg from Austria in cooperation with Napoleon III. This is known as the Second Mexican Empire, and it lasted from 1861 to 1867.
The 19th century was a very messy century in Mexico. The form of the government changed very frequently between the representative, the liberals, and the authoritarian, the conservatives. Because of the frequent changes, none of the government were very fully developed, so they didn't work and eventually collapsed. It was until 1876 that Mexico got a lasting stability with the Porfiriato. Even if it was authoritarian, it had major improvements in economy and technology that allowed Mexico to be part of an industrialized and capital world.